Here we are again. Day number 5, part 2 is beginning. I hope there's no clipping errors or frame falling down here. Just when I'm slowly going in this direction, it will be very frame rate damaged again, I guess. Nonetheless, let's take a look at the pairing today because it is in my opinion it is very interesting. It's Canada against Thailand. That means one of the last placed teams against one of the best placed teams. Thailand is here. Oh yeah, and that is another duel which will immediately be won. So Canada, 4 losses in a row. When could it be a better comeback than right now against Thailand, the number 2, dominating loads of teams, considered one of the top favorites to win the whole tournament. Let's take a look. Oh, it's a draw. Inuin. Shooting ability. First time this is working out for him in this whole league, I guess. Orc Archer sadly cannot shoot that well against the Air Elemental. And the Doomer is not an Earth card, but of course it destroys the Spirit, but the Spirit card wins because Doomer just is nothing. So already 5 points for Thailand, and there's the number 6 and 7. Alpacat wins against the Beholder. Dark times for Canada here. They can just barely get a draw. It's 2 points to 8. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, Canada. I don't know why. What the heck? Guys, wake up. You have to do something. But it doesn't look like as if it might happen today. And especially not against Thailand, who can play play the game as they want to. And then if everything is going down, the luck is also not part of being a friend here. Oh boy. Wow, so many Earth duels here. Now, that's another draw. Once again, this combination, Succubus and Shana. And the Beholder wins though against the Air Elemental. Finally, he's doing something right, but then the Orc Archer miserably losing against the Spectre, who would normally fly, who would normally be a spirit, and who would normally lose the duel. But here it wins because water beats fire. There, another draw by the Inuin. Tiny chance, tiny glimpse of a comeback. No, I forgot. It's the Doomer. And the Doomer might be the doom for Thailand. Well, yeah, the Alpacat is down, but 1, 2, 3, 4 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, the only thing which can help Canada right now is a 9-1 or a 10-0. And I'm sorry, I doubt this will happen. There is probably a combination, but to have this, the luck must be amazingly high. And it definitely is not in the favor for Canada. Eventually losing 2 duels against destroyed cards is not in the purpose of Canada. That I can tell. Oh gosh, it goes down horribly. Orc Archer, there you go. You made your first 2 points today. Finally. Well, Green Dragon. That is a win, and of course the Doomer cannot win against the Spectre, and yeah, the Spirit card, the Beholder, loses against the Alpacat in the end. Significant how clear this result was in the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 22. 2-8 for Thailand. I feel really bad for Canada. But yeah, that's how it is. I was hoping they could make a comeback, but Thailand is just too strong. On their way to number 1? Question mark. Now we have France against India. And while India is pretty solid in the middle of the table with 2 draws, a win and a loss, France is struggling hard. They are on this, they have won 1 game but lost 3. So also, just as with Canada, I consider France to be a stronger team, and maybe they can have a comeback against India. We will see in a short moment. Ooh, Cyclops. Well, Cyclops finally wins a duel. The last one, I think it was terrible for him. Oh, that's a draw. Steel Golem and Moondog beat each other up until they're green and blue and say like, let's call it a draw. Oh, and that is an important draw by the Water Ghost against the Adamantium Golem. And that is also a good draw by the Shadow Pixie. She is just so good. The hope of India, the Shadow Pixie. That is not the 2nd position, it's the 5th position, which makes the Sand Golem be the winner here. 3 draws and 1 win on each side. That makes it 5-5 after the first round. Yeah, India is tending to play a lot of draws here, it seems. That was an interesting round. I like this coincidence of when 2 equally strong cards fight against each other. I think I never had 5 draws. I had 4 draws, that was the record, even a couple of times, but 5 draws, it's a bit like a royal flush, I would say. Can happen, easily. But not here. Cyclops wins this. But the Sand Golem strikes back, not a fire card. How good for India. Oh, Red Energy Knight doesn't need to be on the 2nd position, just wins against the Flesh-Eating Plant. Oh, and the Adamantium Golem wins against the Moondog by 1 point. And the Water Ghost wins. 1 point difference against the Shadow Pixie. I was telling how great she is doing for India, but now very important points for France. Uh-oh. France finally on the way to their first victory. Or can India make it happen and get a comeback? They have to win, no matter how, to make this at least equal. Or win the whole game, depending on how high. France will try everything possible to fight against this. I'm not sure. Sand Golem wins against the Wimpy Girl again. She fell for this fire card trick 1 more time. Wimpy Girl. Oh, it's a good draw by the Flesh-Eating Plant against the Water Ghost. And well, I don't know what to say, guys. Shadow Pixie wins against the probably one of the strongest cards in the whole game. Nothing else said. 5 points lead for India. And the Red Energy Knight, he cannot win against the Adamantium Golem. And that is a draw. India wins with 2-8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. Never ever I had the idea that India would manage to come back so significantly. What a match, what a duel. Well done, India. And I'm really sorry, France. Now we have the nice duel, Japan against Russia. Number 9 against, I have to check again, number 13 or something? Let me check. Russia is on 13, exactly. And Russia hasn't drawn one single game, while Japan has drawn 2 games already. Maybe they can convince them that that's a nice result. Nightmare Golem against Basilisk, that would also be a draw, at least for one round, because the Basilisk just destroys the Adamantium Golem. Now, there is a water card against a fire card. 2 water cards against 2 fire cards and a fire card against a earth card. Spectacular! It's not a fire card. The Air Ghost wins against the Basilisk. Oof. That is good for the Basilisk still, because now it's a fire card and here's a lot of water cards. Oh, that's a draw. Nightmare Golem manages to draw against the Baphomet, or the other way around. And the Desert Troll has no chance against the water power of the Lizard Archer. Oh, the Highlander wins! 7 is very good, and it's also better that it's not power 9. It's a back and forth here. And the Desert Rider, he wins against the Druid. Whoa, 7-2-3. That is pretty dominating by Japan. The Asian teams are doing pretty well in this league, I have to say. They are very strong. I would also consider Russia being a bit of an Asian team. But Russia is so large in their country size, they are a bit of everything. Oh, both earth cards dodge the fire card, instead the water card gets it, which is very helpful for Russia. Oh, that is of course not the best way to deal with this, because the Basilisk just won. Now it activated the Air Ghost again. The Desert Troll wins against the Druid, but no, yes, the Gnomeling makes it happen. Power 9 or more, that's a win. Tricky, tricky. And the Baphomet also wins against the Highlander. Those Russian comebacks, they are insane. 8 points against 2. And that means 9-11 out of a sudden. What is going on? How is Russia managing to do this all the time? Those comebacks. This is what makes them absolutely unpredictable and really dangerous. We are striking to this last round, and it all depends where are the water cards and the earth cards landing. Oh no! Terrible, terrible news for Russia. At least, no, it's not the fire card. It's not one of those. It wins here. Although it's flying, it doesn't matter. Air just wins. And the Highlander cannot even be destroyed. It doesn't matter. But air also wins against water. That is another draw. Oh, Japan. Japan has it in its hands. Massive. 9 points. And I'm talking about comebacks. Look at that comeback. 18-12 out of a sudden. Back and forth. And Japan going crazy. I didn't expect them to be that good, but they are on the top of the table now. Well done. And Russia dodges another draw, kind of. And we have Mexico trying to beat Germany. Yes, the duel of the teams, which both have 29 points of power, of card power. I hoped it wouldn't be that significant, that like a couple of points make a difference, but both teams are a bit below in the table, a bit down in the table. At least Germany could get a very important victory recently, but Mexico is still 4 games down. How will this turn out? Our cat also wants to know. Giant tree draws against the griffin. Good for Germany. But the coal sage wins against the green energy knight. Mexico, 5 points so far. Earth elemental, we don't have to talk about that. But the ruby golem strikes back. Last card decides. That's a draw. Fire ghost cannot win, and the dark warlord of course can also not win. So 6-4 for Mexico. Ah, will it happen? Will it finally happen? Or can Germany make another win, a second win in a row? That would be helpful for them. But both teams just have to win, and if they have to win, then they have to win against teams like this, against kind of, I would say, weaker teams. They have to try to manage. And here we have round number 2. It's still pretty close. Ruby Golem wins against the Hill Dwarf. And the Dark Warlord draws against the Fire Ghost again. Giant Tree wins one more time against the Pinju Samunja. Is it the complete same thing? No! The Earth Elemental wins against the Green Energy Knight. The Green Energy Knight even gives him more points, but yeah, it's enough anyway. And the Griffin can strike back. It is a 5-5 in the second round. So 11-9 for Mexico. Oh, they are excited. And also Germany. It's such an important duel. Both teams have to get out of the bottom of the table. We mix them one last time. Third round. How will the card constellation be? Looking good for Mexico. One victory eventually. Oh! What a perfect duel. Earth Elemental against +1 power from the Green Energy Knight, but he's on position number 1, so he has +5. He wins this duel. It couldn't be more important for Germany, probably. Oh yes, the Ruby Golem also wins. Come on, Mexico. Hit back. No, it's the third time in a row a draw. Warlord. There, the Hill Dwarf. 2 points. What will happen? It's a draw. Oh, this helps nobody. It's a draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15-15. Well, in the end, I guess it's okay. It's fine. At least Mexico is out of the losing streak, and Germany has another draw on the table. And we have our last duel for this day. Turkey against Brazil. And Brazil, very interesting, is on place number 5 with 3 victories and could overtake Turkey easily. They were in front before, but now Chimera has to take a lot of care to not fight against the Hydra in this match. Turkey's air and fire dominance. Will it help? Yes, it will. 2 water cards revealed by Brazil. I can already predict this is going to be tough for Brazil. Uh-oh. Xuxa wins against the Flying Piranhas. And that is a draw. The 5th position it has to be. Black Energy Knight and the Orc Warrior fight until they give up. That is the worst nightmare for the Star Dreamer. The Hydra, 10 points, wins the duel, and cannot be destroyed. The huge advantage that Turkey always has to destroy the card is gone right now with this constellation. What a great twist! Chimera wins, but is destroyed. Instead, the Banshee is taking over and destroys a card. Oof. And here we have the fair goal. 1 point difference win. Oh my gosh. It's a 5-5? That was... I'm stunned. I was just saying Brazil had no chance. Instead, they are actually demonstrating they very well have a chance. And there is a destroyed card on the field of Turkey. On the battlefield. So now Turkey, out of a sudden, has to try to make the best out of the situation. They seem to do so. Both water cards against the air cards again. That is a victory of the Banshee. And the more points Brazil can get, the better. But of course, here comes the Mercy Twister. Winning against the Hydra. Being the hero in one moment and now such a terrible loss. And the Star Dreamer shoots down the Flying Piranhas and finally also destroys a card. But the Virgo, he wins against the Chimera. I haven't heard that in a while. It's 2-2. And the Black Energy Knight, 5th position, power 10, not even necessary. He wins anyway. 6 points. 11-9. Oof, Brazil. What's going on here? Why are they so strong? I would have thought Canada or France would be in the position Brazil is at the moment. But Brazil is absolutely crushing the enemies. I don't even know how they could lose a game with their performance they're showing at the moment. Yes, this was important. And of course, Brazil has nothing to fear here. Because they don't have an air card, so that's a win. Oh, Hydra. It's a bit of a waste. And the Chimera wins against the Black Energy Knight. And also the Xuxa wins against nobody else than the Flying Piranhas once again. Star Dreamer, where will he show up? No, it's the fair goal. 2 points, so the Star Dreamer is here and wins. We have another draw. Wow, Turkey managed to come back against a very fearsome Brazil, but they could also draw, so 2 strong teams made a draw against each other. What a duel, what a match. Beautiful end of this day. There we go. We'll take a look at all the played games and the table, of course. And while driving into the blue ocean of the Cape Horn, I wish you all a lovely day, and I see you for day number 6.